Mahatma Mandir, Gandhinagar. We are indeed honored to welcome with Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, Honorable Prime Minister of Republic of Mauritius, Shri Pravind Kumar Jagannath, Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, Director General WHO, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the dignitaries with a thunderous round of applause. Ministry of Ayush, Government of India welcomes you all to the inaugural session of Global Ayush Investment and Innovation 3-Day Summit 2022, with the central theme being Investment, Innovation and Entrepreneurship in Ayush for a Healthy and Promising Future. We are indeed honored to have with us today Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi, to inaugurate this summit. His perseverance and efforts to make Ayush a leading global contributor to better health for all has enabled Ayush to flourish as a prosperous sector. We are indeed privileged to welcome today Honorable Prime Minister of the Republic of Mauritius, Shri Pravind Kumar Jagannath, Dr. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, Director General WHO, Honorable Chief Minister of Gujarat, Shri Bhupendra Bhai Patel, Honorable Union Minister of Ayush, Shri Sarbanand Sonowal, Honorable Union Minister of Health and Family Welfare, Dr. Mansukh Mandaviya, and Shri Mahendra Bhai Munjapara, Honorable Union Minister of State, Ayush, Women and Child Development. A warm welcome to all the dignitaries on the dais, Honorable Ministers, Excellencies, members of the Mauritian delegation, officials of WHO, members of Parliament, members of Legislative Assembly, senior officials of Government of India and Gujarat, distinguished delegates and members of print and electronic media in the audience. A special word of welcome to the students of 750 Ayurveda colleges across the country who are watching the live telecast and webcast of this event. We take this opportunity to welcome our dignitaries with a shawl as a mark of respect and gratitude. We invite Honorable Minister Shri Sarbanand Sonowal to present shawls to Honorable Prime Minister of Mauritius, Shri Pravind Kumar Jagannath. Welcome, sir, and thank you. Director General WHO, Dr. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus. And Honorable Prime Minister of host country India, Shri Narendra Modi ji. Thank you, sir. We request Honorable Minister Shri Sarbanand to invite Honorable Prime Minister of India, Honorable Prime Minister of Mauritius, Director General WHO, and Honorable Chief Minister of Gujarat and other dignitaries to light the auspicious lamp to the rendition of an invocation to Lord Dhanvantari, the Lord of Ayurveda and incarnation of Lord Vishnu, to be presented by Amip and Ashita Prajapati for Rang events.
नमामि धन्वन्तरिं नमामि धन्वन्तरिं मादिदेवं नमामि धन्वन्तरिं नमामि धन्वन्तरिं नमामि धन्वन्तरिं मादिदेवं सुरासुरैर्वन्दितपादपद्मं लोकैर्जरायुः भयमृत्युनाशं धातारमीशं विविधौषधीनां नमामि धन्वन्तरिं नमामि धन्वन्तरिं नमामि धन्वन्तरिं नमामि धन्वन्तरिं
Thank you, artists, for that soulful rendition of Dhanvantari Vandana. Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji recognized the potential of Ayush and created an independent ministry, which has immensely strengthened India's resolve to popularize traditional methods of medicine and health in the country. We now invite Honorable Union Minister of Ayush and Ports, Shipping and Waterways, Shri Sarbanand Ji Sonowal, for his welcome address.
Namaskar. Most respected Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji, Honorable Prime Minister of Mauritius, Shri Praveen Kumar Jagannath ji, Honorable Director General, WHO, Dr. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus ji, Honorable Chief Minister of Gujarat, Shri Bhupendra Bhai Patel ji, Honorable Minister of Health and Family Welfare, Government of India, Dr. Mansukh Mandaviya ji, Honorable Minister of State of Ayush, Dr. Manjupara ji, respected Minister from the State of Gujarat, Honorable MPs, MLAs, invited ambassadors, high commissioners, diplomats of foreign embassies, renowned investor and industry representatives, officers from the Ministry of Ayush, Government of India, officers from the State of Gujarat, member of media, organizer, ladies and gentlemen. I am privileged to welcome you all at this Global Ayush Investment and Innovation Summit 2022, which is the largest event in the history of Ayush. I am fortunate to be a part of this historic event. At the outset, I extend my warm greetings and welcome you all to the inaugural function of Global Ayush Investment and Innovation Summit organized by Ministry of Ayush, Government of India, as a part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, with the intention to encourage entrepreneurs, Ayurveda stakeholders towards business opportunity in this sector. There is wide scope of entrepreneurship and business development in Ayush system by virtue of its holistic approach towards health disease and cost effectiveness. We have an edge in dealing with health problem with primary prevention of disease by managing risk factors and determinants of health. It is our proud privilege to have preserved and encouraged healthcare delivery system approach which is flourishing within the country and across the globe due to tailor-made policies and program of the Government of India under the visionary leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji. The ministry is witnessing an exponential growth in Ayush industry sector, which could visualize as an increase from $3 billion in 2024 to $18.1 billion now. In terms of quantity, we are exporting herbals and Ayush product of quantity of 10.45 crore kgs to about 150 countries globally. Ministry has taken many initiatives in recent past in this regard. Ministry of Ayush and Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises are developing entrepreneurship among Ayurveda and other traditional medicine professionals, which includes degree holders, drug manufacturers, and cultivators. The Ministry of Ayush, in collaboration with the Ministry of Micro, Small, and Medium Enterprises, has also developed the Entrepreneurship Development Program to encourage young entrepreneurs to establish startup in Ayush in line with the Startup India initiative of Honorable Prime Minister. I am highly thankful and grateful to Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji for continuously promoting and propagating traditional medicine not only in India but also abroad. He has taken keen interest and has taken various initiatives that the promoted curative and rehabilitative aspect of traditional medicine reaches the masses at affordable cost. Due to Honorable Prime Minister's initiative, WHO Global Center for Traditional Medicine has come up to Jamnagar, Gujarat, India, which is a milestone in the history of Ayurveda, Yoga, Inani, Siddha, Soharikpa, and Homeopathy. I would like to inform this august gathering that Ayush system, especially Ayurveda, is recognized in other countries like Nepal, Sri Lanka, Malaysia, UAE, Bangladesh, Cuba, Colombia, Switzerland, South Africa, etc. The system is in active consideration in many of the Latin American countries and some of the European countries. This Global Ayush Investment and Innovation Summit is expected to develop awareness among stakeholders about the business opportunities, encouraging young entrepreneurs to use of modern technologies and modern innovation in business development in the sector and to highlight opportunities at global level. The deliberations in this summit are expected to educate the young entrepreneurs about the various possibilities of business development in Ayurveda sector. I express my most sincere gratitude to Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, Head of State Mauritius, Prime Minister Praveen Kumar Jagannath ji, and Honorable Director General WHO Dr. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus ji, that they accepted our invitation on a short notice and graced this occasion. I am thankful to my colleague from central and state government. With these words, I thank once again all dignitaries, distinguished guests, Ayush industry representatives, delegates, entrepreneurs, media, and students who have graced the occasion, and also to one and all by support of which this summit has taken the step for achieving its future development goal. With these few words, I again thank all of you present here today. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Gujarat is honored to be home to a state-of-the-art, world's first WHO Global Center for Traditional Medicine in India, with its foundation stone laying ceremony performed just yesterday by Honorable Prime Minister of India at Jamnagar. Chief Minister Shri Bhupendra Bhai Patel is all committed to the development of Ayushman and Atmanirbhar Gujarat, to contribute to Honorable Prime Minister's supreme dream of Ayushman and Atmanirbhar Bharat. आमंत्रित करते हैं गुजरात राज्य के माननीय मुख्यमंत्री महोदय श्री भूपेंद्र भाई पटेल को आपके उद्बोधन के लिए।
આયુષ ઇન્વેસ્ટમેન્ટ એન્ડ ઇનોવેશન સમિટ 2022માં પધારેલા વિશ્વ નેતા વિઝનરી લીડર આદરણીય વડાપ્રધાન શ્રી નરેન્દ્રભાઈ મોદી સાહેબ, મોરેશિયસના પ્રધાનમંત્રી શ્રી પ્રવીણ કુમાર જુગેનોથ, વર્લ્ડ હેલ્થ ઓર્ગેનાઇઝર WHOના ડિરેક્ટર જનરલ ડૉક્ટર ટેડ્રોસ એધનોમ, કેન્દ્રીય મંત્રી શ્રી સબાનંદ સોનેવાલ, ડૉક્ટર મનસુખભાઈ માંડવિયાજી, केंद्रीय राज्य मंत्री डॉक्टर महेंद्र मुजपराजी તેમજ આ સમિટમાં સહયોગી થયેલ દેશ વિદેશના સૌ આમંત્રિત ભાઈઓ અને બહેનો, સૌને મારા નમસ્કાર. ગુજરાતની આ પુણ્યશાળી ભૂમિમાં આપ સૌનું સ્વાગત કરું છું. ભારતમાં પ્રાકૃતિક ચિકિત્સા પદ્ધતિઓ પ્રાચીન કાળથી પ્રચલનમાં રહી છે. વડાપ્રધાન શ્રી નરેન્દ્રભાઈએ હિન્દુસ્તાનની આ આગવી વિરાસતને વિશ્વ સમક્ષ ઉજાગર કરવાની મુહિમ ઉપાડી છે. વડાપ્રધાન શ્રી નરેન્દ્રભાઈ મોદીના પ્રયાસોને કારણે જ યોગ પ્રાણાયામને દુનિયાભરમાં પ્રસિદ્ધિ મળી છે. યુનાઇટેડ નેશન સમક્ષ આંતરરાષ્ટ્રીય યોગ દિનની ઉજવણીનો તેમનો પ્રસ્તાવ સૌથી વધુ દેશોએ હર્ષભેર સ્વીકારી લીધો હતો. યોગ પ્રાણાયામ પછી ભારતની પ્રાચીન ઉપચાર પદ્ધતિઓને પણ વડાપ્રધાનશ્રીએ વૈશ્વિક ફલક ઉપર સુપેરે પ્રસ્તુત કરી છે, જેના પરિણામે જામનગર આયુર્વેદ યુનિવર્સિટીમાં WHOના ગ્લોબલ સેન્ટર ફોર ટ્રેડિશનલ મેડિસિનની સ્થાપના થઈ છે. આવનાર સમયમાં આ સેન્ટર ટ્રેડિશનલ મેડિસિન ક્ષેત્રે ગ્લોબલ નોલેજ એપિસેન્ટર બની રહેશે. સમગ્ર વિશ્વમાં પરંપરાગત દવાઓ માટેનું પ્રથમ અને એકમાત્ર ગ્લોબલ સેન્ટર ગુજરાતને મળ્યું છે. આ માટે ગુજરાતની 6.5 કરોડ જનતા વતી વડાપ્રધાન શ્રી નરેન્દ્રભાઈ મોદીનો અને વિશ્વ આરોગ્ય સંગઠનનો હું આભાર માનું છું. દુનિયાના અનેક દેશોમાં લોકોએ યોગ, પ્રાણાયામ, આયુર્વેદ પ્રેરિત સ્વસ્થ જીવનશૈલી સ્વીકારી છે. યોગ, આયુર્વેદ, હોમિયોપેથી, યુનાની, સિદ્ધિ જેવી ચિકિત્સા પદ્ધતિઓ લાઇફસ્ટાઇલ આધારિત છે. તે માત્ર માનવીના શરીરનો જ નહીં પણ તેના મનનો પણ વિચાર કરે છે. તે દર્દીની આસપાસના વાતાવરણ અને તેના કર્મોને પણ ધ્યાનમાં લઈને ઉપચાર કરે છે. ચિકિત્સાના આ હોલિસ્ટિક એપ્રોચ પ્રત્યે હવે દુનિયાભરના લોકોનું ધ્યાન ખેંચાયું છે. દુનિયાભરના લોકો ધીરે ધીરે વૈકલ્પિક સારવાર તરીકે પરંપરાગત ચિકિત્સા પદ્ધતિઓ અપનાવી રહ્યા છે. રોગનો ઉપચાર જ નહીં પણ રોગ થાય જ નહીં તેવી પ્રિવેન્ટિવ મેડિસિનની હિમાયત ભારતના પ્રાચીન શાસ્ત્રોમાં કરવામાં આવી છે. તાજેતરમાં જ કોરોના મહામારી દરમિયાન આવી પ્રિવેન્ટિવ મેડિસિન્સના મહત્વને આખી દુનિયાએ સ્વીકાર્યું છે. રોગ પ્રતિકારક શક્તિ વધારવાથી લઈ ફેફસાના સંક્રમણના ઉપાય માટે લોકો આયુર્વેદિક ઉપચાર તરફ વળ્યા હતા. વૈશ્વિક મહામારી સામે લડવા માટે આયુર્વેદની આ અસરકારકતા પણ પુરવાર થઈ ગઈ. હવે સમય આવી ગયો છે કે રોગની ટ્રીટમેન્ટ કરતાં વધુ ભાર રોગના પ્રિવેન્શન પર મુકાય. પરંપરાગત ચિકિત્સા પદ્ધતિઓના બહોળા અનુભવ થકી ભારત આ દિશામાં સમગ્ર વિશ્વને નેતૃત્વ પૂરી પાડી શકે એમ છે. આપણે આદરણીય વડાપ્રધાન શ્રી નરેન્દ્રભાઈ મોદીની પ્રેરણાથી આ વર્ષે આઝાદીનો અમૃત મહોત્સવ ઉજવી રહ્યા છે. આ આયુષ ઇન્વેસ્ટમેન્ટ એન્ડ ઇનોવેશન સમિટમાં થનારું વિચાર મંથન વિશ્વભરના લોકોની હેલ્થ કેરનો અમૃતકાળ બનશે એમ હું સમજું છું અને ભારત આત્મનિર્ભર બનશે. ગુજરાતના લોકોમાં યોગ, પ્રાકૃતિક ઔષધો અને પરંપરાગત ચિકિત્સા પ્રત્યે આદર અને અભિરુચિ છે. ગુજરાત સદીઓથી તજજ્ઞ વૈદ્યોની ભૂમિ રહી છે. ગુજરાતના લોકો દુનિયાભરમાં પોતાની ઉદ્યોગ સાહિત્ય માટે જાણીતા છે. ફાર્માસ્યુટિકલ ક્ષેત્ર ગુજરાત દેશનું અગ્રગણ્ય રાજ્ય છે. ગુજરાતમાં ઉદ્યોગ પ્રોત્સાહક નીતિઓ, ઇઝ ઓફ ડુઇંગ બિઝનેસ, લોજિસ્ટિક ઇઝ, એક્સપોર્ટ પ્રિવેન્ડન્સ જેવા પાસાઓને કારણે ભારતને ટ્રેડિશનલ મેડિસિનનું હબ બનાવવામાં ગુજરાત મહત્વની ભૂમિકા ભજવશે. આયુષ ઇન્વેસ્ટમેન્ટ ઇનોવેશન સમિટ ભારતની પરંપરાગત ચિકિત્સા પદ્ધતિઓના જ્ઞાનમાં સમગ્ર વિશ્વમાં પ્રસાર માટેનો સ્વર્ણિમ અવસર છે. વાસુદેવ કુટુંબકમના મૂલ્યમાં માનતી ભારતીય સંસ્કૃતિએ સમગ્ર વિશ્વનું કલ્યાણ થાવ અને એ વિશ્વમાં દરેક વ્યક્તિ નિરામય જીવન જીવે તેવી કામના કરી છે. પરંપરાગત ઔષધ વિદ્યાના વિકાસથી વિશ્વને રોગમુક્ત બનાવવાની દિશામાં આ સમિટ મહત્વની ભૂમિકા ભજવશે તેવો મને પૂરો વિશ્વાસ છે. ગુજરાતને આ સૌભાગ્ય પ્રાપ્ત કરાવવા બદલ હું માનનીય વડાપ્રધાનશ્રીનો ગુજરાતીઓ વતી હૃદયપૂર્વક આભાર માનું છું. વડાપ્રધાનશ્રીના દિશા દર્શનમાં બહુજન હિતાય બહુજન સુખાયનો આપણો પરંપરાગત મંત્ર આપણી પ્રાચીન ચિકિત્સા પદ્ધતિથી સાકાર કરવામાં સમિટ ઉપકારક બનશે તેવા વિશ્વાસ સાથે વિરમું છું. જય જય ગરવી ગુજરાત. ભારત માતા કી જય. વંદે માતરમ.
ધન્યવાદ માનનીય મુખ્યમંત્રી શ્રી આપનો. Our vision is not health for some, it's not health for most, it's for all and is for everyone, everywhere. A vision of Dr. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, Director General WHO, our guest of honor today. He advocates traditional medicine as the first port of call to treat many diseases for many millions of people around the world. His presence in this summit will certainly become and boost the confidence of all stakeholders of Ayush. We now invite Dr. Tedros, Director General WHO, for his enlightening address.
Who Mahatma Gandhi ni Abumima Avine Kushiche. Thank you. I'm glad to be here in the state or in the country of Gandhi, the pride of not only India, but also the pride of the world. Thank you so much. Namaskar. Your Excellency Prime Minister Modi, Your Excellency Prime Minister Pravind Kumar Jagnauth, Your Excellency Chief Minister Pebundira Patel, Your Excellency Minister Sarbananda Sonowal, and my sister, Regional Director of the World Health Organization, Dr. Poonam Ketrapal Singh, Honorable Cabinet Ministers and Ministers of State, Excellencies, dear colleagues and friends. I'm happy to be here, and it's such a great honor to join you all today. His Excellency Prime Minister Modi tells us that the world is one family, and that the knowledge of health inherited by one society should benefit all people. This is the basis upon which we established the first and only WHO Global Center for Traditional Medicine in Jamnagar, Gujarat. As also you know, which the Prime Minister and I and Prime Minister of Mauritius had the honor of launching yesterday. For me, it's very historic. And I know in traditional medicine, it will be a game changer. The center is designed to be an engine of innovation to drive the agenda for evidence, data, and sustainability in traditional medicine. The new global center will connect with traditional medicine practitioners from all over the world and help standards for research and evidence-informed policies to improve health, as His Excellency Prime Minister Modi said yesterday. The new center will complement WHO's work on traditional medicine in headquarters, regional, and country offices. It will focus on evidence, data, sustainability, and innovation to support national policies and optimize the use of traditional medicine for health and well-being. I commend Prime Minister Modi and the Indian government for their commitment to harness the power of innovation in public health. I was able to witness the first-hand yesterday with my visit to the All India Institute of Ayurveda in Delhi. I heard about holistic Ayurveda and Panchakarma treatment in the Ayurveda pediatric department, as well as holistic, traditional, recipes, and therapeutic diets. It's easy to see the great potential traditional medicine has if it can be given attention globally. I also learned that the hospital data is managed with an integrated hospital management system, which is an encouraging sign of using technology to marry traditional medicine with modern methods, traditional and modern side by side, the center being saving the patient. So it's patient-centered or person-centered. It's heartening to see the efforts of the Ayush Ministry to foster this spirit of collecting data for research in the traditional medicine community. India's public health leadership was already demonstrated by the launch of the WHO Collaborating Center on Health Innovations, which was launched on World Health Day 2022 at the Kalam Institute of Health Technology in Visakhapatnam. It's appropriate that nations who are rich in the knowledge, practice, and inheritance of traditional medicine investing in a nurturing environment to encourage research and the collection of high-quality evidence. The Ayush sector is also growing significantly by 17% per year since 2014. In fact, Ayush industry is projected to reach $23 billion by the end of this year. It's easy to see why this fast-moving industry, which spans so many areas, dietary, well-being, and pharmaceutical, just to name a few, is attracting an array of investment interest from entrepreneurs to tech companies and healthcare centers and large manufacturers. As I remarked yesterday, through the Ayush sector, India will go to the whole world, and the whole world will come to India. The history of traditional medicines usage in our modern society is profound, with medicines derived from natural and herbal products being used for the treatment of diabetes, hypertension, malaria, and many other maladies. Even aspirin is derived from natural sources. And yoga, for instance, has been associated with improvement in cardiovascular risk factors and may be helpful for the prevention of cardiovascular disease. The WHO M-Yoga application helps to connect the dots, the need for physical activity, the benefits of yoga, and the use of mobile app-based technology to make it more accessible to the public. I'm also aware that some scientists are looking at how traditional medicine may help bring new perspectives to modern science and can even lead to new scientific discoveries. More studies needed, including with clinical trials, to help bring the benefits of traditional and complementary medicine into wider use as appropriate in health systems. The inclusion of traditional medicine in the 11th revision of the International Classification of Diseases by WHO will help to establish reliable data on the use of traditional medicine. We're exploring innovative study designs and the use of artificial intelligence to document the impact of traditional medicine practices in cases when standard randomized trials are not possible or are difficult to undertake. For traditional medicine, innovation should also mean a process of adaptation and evolution. WHO places great value on strategies to promote health and prevent disease, something that traditional medical practices also emphasize. Traditional medicine could be considered as a complement to the services offered by people-centered health systems that balances curative services with rehabilitative and preventive care. We know that preventing disease not only leads to an improved quality of life for individuals, but is a cost saving to governments in the long run. We need more attention, therefore, to our diets, our physical activity, as well as our mental and spiritual health. Strengthening the evidence base of traditional medicine should facilitate its use by communities to promote better health outcomes, economic benefits, and overall impact. I will leave you with 3 areas of focus. Going forward, first, long-term strategic investments along with government commitment are needed to support the innovation ecosystem for health in general and traditional medicine in particular. Second, for innovators, industry, and governments to develop traditional medicines in a sustainable, environmentally sensitive, and equitable manner. And third, when bringing traditional medicines to market, we must make sure that the communities that passed on this knowledge and nurtured these traditional products also benefit from their development, including by sharing the fruits of intellectual property. Let me once again congratulate His Excellency the Prime Minister Modi, for his leadership in prioritizing a relatively neglected area of healthcare. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for championing this important initiative, which I believe not only the center, but your championship will bring a significant change in the use of traditional medicine. And I also was very honored and happy to see Prime Minister Pravin Kumar has the same position, and I think you have a colleague who can work with you and take this challenge to the highest level possible. And we had a meeting, and I was so happy to see his commitment, and he has already done a lot in Ayush. And looking forward to next year, I'm happy to say that we have 2 birthdays coming up. WHO will turn 75, and India will be celebrating its 75th year of independence. Prime Minister Modi proposed that we jointly hold an annual international meeting on traditional medicine in Gujarat. So for traditional medicine, Gujarat will be a pilgrimage center, and that's what we see. To which I agreed. It's a very, very important idea. People who are working on this should meet on regular basis. And the first meeting will be next year, and it will be a great way to commemorate our anniversaries, 275s of India and WHO. But I believe next year will be the beginning, but it will be sustained, and that's what I believe. I will close my speech today with this thought. By working together to make the most of traditional knowledge from our communities, we can help to make the world a healthier, more sustainable, and fairer place. I thank you. Namaste. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for that very enlightening address. India and Mauritius share close ties anchored in our common history, ancestry, culture, and language. This is reflected in the development partnership between the two countries. India is indeed happy to have jointly inaugurated and launched several projects in Mauritius. We are honored to invite Honorable Prime Minister of Mauritius, Shri Pravind Kumar Jagannath, for his address.
Your Excellency Sri Narendra Modi ji, Prime Minister of the Republic of India, Your Excellency Dr. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, Director General of the World Health Organization, Your Excellency Sri Sarbananda Sonowal, Honorable Union Minister of Ayush and Ports, Shipping and Waterways, Your Excellency Sri Bhupendrabhai Patel, Honorable Chief Minister of Gujarat, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Namaskar. It is my privilege and honor to participate in the inaugural session of the Ayush Investment and Innovation Summit. On this occasion, India is showcasing its official recognition of therapies originating from traditional medical systems by hosting the first ever WHO Global Center for Traditional Medicine. Traditional medicine has been an integral resource for health for centuries in communities around the world. And the use of traditional complementary or alternative medicine is especially widespread in settings where access to conventional medications is limited. The socio-cultural practice and biodiversity heritages of traditional medicine are invaluable resources to evolve inclusive, diverse, sustainable development. The World Health Organization estimates that 80% of the world population uses traditional medicine of various origins. The knowledge of traditional medicine, treatments, and practices must not only be respected, but must also be preserved and promoted. The initiation of this project by Sri Modi ji translates into reality his vision to offer to the world a new way of healing the suffering of people. For Sri Modi ji, the whole world is a family, Vasudeva Kutumbakam. Allow me also to congratulate the state of Gujarat and the government of Sri Bhupendrabhai Patel for the successful groundbreaking ceremony for setting up of the WHO Global Center for Traditional Medicine. The presence of the World Health Organization in Jamnagar confirms Gujarat's prominent place as a world leader in the practice of traditional medicine. This will certainly prove crucial to enhance further cooperation between India and the rest of the world in the field of Ayush, traditional medicine, and sustainable biomedicine. As Gujarat continues to be a powerful driver responsible for the economic development of India, making the country a pivotal world partner for investment in the medical field, the WHO World Center for Traditional Medicine will undoubtedly promote India's standing in the field of traditional medicine and highlight India's long-standing and valued expertise in the field of traditional, complementary and integrative medicine. Allow me to put on record my appreciation for the cooperation and assistance extended by the Director General of the World Health Organization, Dr. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, in providing invaluable support and guidance, and in playing a pivotal role in sharing of expertise and best practices through policy dialogue for development of a resilient health system in Mauritius. Ladies and gentlemen, Mauritius and India share the same ancestral values, and the practice of Ayush forms an integral part of Mauritian traditions. Moreover, in Mauritius, the practice of Ayush is popular and fully recognized as a good mix of science and tradition, and also as a form of alternative medicine. India's rich heritage of medical wisdom, derived in the field of traditional medicine for ages, deserves to be shared and given more light. In Mauritius, we have embraced similar medical philosophies, recognizing that traditional medicine do complement scientific medicine and represents a way of healthy living and treatment with established medical concepts on prevention of diseases and the promotion of good health. Indeed, in Mauritius, the practice of Ayurveda is rooted in our history. The practice is blossoming and growing more vibrant every day. Attendance at public Ayurveda clinics attract an average of 50,000 patients annually for a population of around 1.2 million. In addition, there are Ayurvedic clinics run by NGOs and the private sector. Mauritians attend Ayurvedic clinics for various ailments ranging from hair fall, chronic joint disorders, skin problems like psoriasis, digestive problems, obesity, non-communicable diseases, and even with complications like cardiovascular diseases, renal diseases, and cancer. Mauritius is one of the rare countries outside India where the practice of Ayurvedic medicines is governed by a legal framework, the Ayurveda and Other Traditional Medicine Act. Under this act, the practice of Ayurveda, homeopathy, and the Chinese system of medicine are recognized and regulated. I must also mention that as an illustration of the close cooperation between Mauritius and India in the medical field, an academic chair in Ayurveda was set up at the University of Mauritius in March 2018, following the signing of a Memorandum of Understanding with the Central Council for Research, Ayurvedic Sciences, and the Ministry of Ayush of India. Mauritius has also signed bilateral agreements with the Government of India aimed at developing Indian traditional medicine through research and development. Moreover, Mauritius has established an Ayurvedic committee since 2014, and which looks into the control of importation of Ayurvedic medicines and herbal products into the country. As testimony to our commitment to inculcate and promote the healthy way of living associated with the values of Ayush, Mauritius has been celebrating Ayurveda Day on Dhanteras Day every year since 2017. In a bid to promote Ayush, The recommendations submitted by the consultant made available to us by the Government of India are actually being examined, and it is proposed to set up a dedicated Ayush hospital in Mauritius, which is bound to become a center of excellence in the future. Mauritius is also very grateful for the donation of 10 tons of Ayurvedic medicine by the Government of India during the COVID-19 first lockdown in May 2020. This was one of the many gestures of solidarity for which we are ever grateful to the Indian government, and particularly to Shri Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji. Ladies and gentlemen, India has been rightly hailed as the pharmacy of the world. In Mauritius, we are envisaging to establish a pharmaceutical and vaccine manufacturing industry in a bid to position the country as a pharmaceutical hub in Africa. The development of the pharmaceutical industry in Mauritius represents a fundamental component of the government's economic agenda to diversify into new sectors of activity, especially now, given the current COVID-19 crisis. I would invite you all to consider this particular project that will represent yet another important milestone in our close cooperation, especially in the pharmaceutical and biotechnology sector. I therefore look forward to fruitful networking between experts in the field of this investment and innovation summit for exploring potential avenues of collaboration for mutual benefits and interests. Moreover, I wish that the interactive themes that will be discussed during this summit on the integration of Ayurveda, yoga, traditional and integrative medicine will broaden the scope of Ayurveda practice in the region at large and Mauritius. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, to conclude, allow me to express my gratitude to Shri Narendra Modi ji, the Honorable Prime Minister of the Republic of India, His Excellency, Dr. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, Shri Sarbananda Sonowal, Honorable Minister of Ayush and Ports, Shipping and Waterways, and Shri Bhupendrabhai Patel, Honorable Chief Minister of Gujarat, for the exceptional platform being created through this Global Investment and Innovation Summit. I look forward to continued cooperation and exchanges for the benefit of the global community at large. Gujarat ni mari mulakat adbhut rahi. Gujarat nu prasidh bhojan ane umalka bharyo satkar manine mane ghono anand thayo. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for that very inspiring address. Thank you for those warm words of praise for the country and its leadership, for the state and its leadership. We now invite Honorable Prime Minister, sir, for the digital launch of Ayush Export Promotion Council, AEPC, by pressing the button on the remote control.
Under the visionary leadership of Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi, the Ministry of Ayush has set up an Export Promotion Council in collaboration with the Ministry of Commerce and Industries and FICCI.
पारंपरिक और आधुनिक इलाज की साझा ताकत को मजबूत करना होगा। आयुष और मॉडर्न हेल्थ केयर का एक साथ एक बराबर विकास होगा तभी बेहतर स्वास्थ्य समाधान हम तैयार कर पाएंगे।
Owing to our Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi's efforts and focused approach, the market size for Ayush streams, including Ayurveda, Yoga and Naturopathy, Unani, Siddha, Sovarigpa and Homeopathy, has crossed over 18.2 billion US dollars, growing at 17% every year. The Ayush Excel will add to this growth by facilitating ease of doing business and reducing compliance burden for Indian exporters. It will facilitate the promotion, publicity and exports of India's Ayush for global good and establish worldwide recognition of Ayush streams as system of medicine. Ayush Excel shall also monitor the observance of international standards and regulations by exporters and will bring India's traditional medicinal sciences to the world in their full glory.
We also take this opportunity for the digital launch of ICT initiatives of Ministry of Ayush as part of Digital India. We once again request Honorable Prime Minister, sir, to do the honors by pressing the button on the remote control. The IT initiatives being launched today are Ayush Information Hub, Ayush Next, Ayusoft and Ayush GIS. We now bring to you a short film on the prospects of the initiatives being launched today.
Guided by the vision of Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi, the Ministry of Ayush is fully committed to digitize Ayush sector for the benefit of people. Realizing the accelerated research and economic activity in the sector, a range of digital platforms are developed to support professionals and public. These platforms will guarantee better interaction, accessibility and convenience to the public and user communities for availing Ayush services. The Ayush Information Hub offers authentic information under various categories such as education policy, drug policy, schemes, events, new trends and developments in the sector. Ayush Next is an interactive platform developed primarily for students and scholars to fulfill their professional needs such as mentorship and counseling. This platform facilitates student interaction with diverse user communities, including academic experts and industry representatives. Ayusoft is developed with a vision to convert classical Ayurvedic texts into comprehensive and authentic IT-based knowledge repository. In this phase, Ayurvignana, an Ayurvedic encyclopedia, and Shabdanidhi, a glossary of Ayurvedic terminology, have been made available for Ayurveda fraternity. Ayush GIS has been developed for mapping of facilities under categories such as health facilities, colleges, doctors, students. The key objective is to provide easy access to basic information such as location and contact along with navigation details. It is a matter of great pride that these platforms have been launched by the Honorable Prime Minister.
It is also an occasion for release of Professor Ayushman comic book. We invite Honorable Prime Minister, sir, to release this book and other dignitaries to join him. The comic book, conceived by the National Medicinal Plants Board with Professor Ayushman as the central character, to make children aware of the importance of natural medicinal plants, good health practices and home remedies. In continuation, NMPB has brought out a new series of the comic Professor Ayushman Fights COVID-19 to create awareness about uses of medicinal plants in prevention and management of pandemics like COVID-19. Thank you, sir. And it is now time for international exchange of MOUs in the august presence of Honorable Prime Minister, sir, and other dignitaries. We first invite Dr. Anupam Srivastav, Director, Rashtriya Ayurveda Vidyapith, and Dr. George Louis Berra, Director, Ayurveda Prerna Health Foundation, Argentina, for an MOU in the field of the establishment of an academic collaboration in Ayurveda. We next invite for a tripartite MOU between All India Institute of Ayurveda Federal University of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, and Brazilian Academic Consortium for Integrated Health, Brazil. For establishment of academic collaboration in Ayurveda, we invite Professor Tanuja Manoj Nesri, Director AIIA, Professor Ricardo, Chair Capson, and Nina Claudia Barbosa da Silva, Associate Professor, UFRJ, Brazil. We next invite Professor Tanuja Manoj Nesri, Director AIIA, and Dr. Shehroz Khan, Scientist Kite, for an MOU between All Indian Institute of Ayurveda, Ministry of Ayush and University Health Network, Toronto, Canada. We next invite Dr. Sandra Gonzalez Diaz, Director International Relations from UANL, Mexico, and Professor Rabi Narayan Acharya, Director, Central Council for Research in Ayurvedic Science, CCRAS, for an MOU for the establishment of the Ayurveda Chair. For an institute-to-institute MOU between Philippine Institute of Traditional and Alternative Healthcare, Philippines, and NIA Jaipur, an autonomous body under the Ministry of Ayush, on cooperation in the field of Ayurveda and other traditional system of medicine, we invite Dr. Sanjeev Sharma, Director and Vice Chancellor in charge, deemed to be University NIA Jaipur, and Dr. Annabelle de Guzman, Director of General, Philippines. It is now time for awards. Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi, in one of his Man Ki Baat address, a monthly series of his address to the nation based on his reflections and observations on various issues through radio and television, highlighted the emerging trends in recent years in rise and success of several startups and enterprises in the Ayush sector. Today is an opportunity to felicitate Ayush Startups Challenge winners in 3 categories. We first invite on the dais Dr. Aswati P. of Ayur Foods and her team members to receive the award in the category of Food Innovations in Ayush Sector. We congratulate Dr. Aswati and her team members, Dr. Arvind S. and Dr. Dipin Sai Babu. We next invite on the dais Kajal Srivastava of Nadi Pulse Prognostics and Private Limited to receive the award in the category of Ayush IT Solutions. We congratulate Kajal ji and her team members, Bimal Nair, Nishit Agarwal, Jaideep Singh, Jeevan Bhai Sondarwa, Sarika, Suresh, Dr. Neelam Thakar, and Mohammad Yusuf. We next invite on the dais Dr. Priya Gokhale of Jayavant Rao Sawant College of Engineering and Kesh Ayurved to receive the award in the category of Ayush Bioinstrumentations. We congratulate Priya ji and her team members, Dr. Rajendra Kanpade, Dr. Harish Patankar, Dr. Anuja Gokhale, Halima Sheikh, Jyoti Satpute, and Dr. Hambade. Thank you, sir. Thank you, dignitaries. Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Bhai Modi, is one of the most popular and revered visionary leaders in the world. He has always emphasized that India, having the highest demographic dividend and rich traditional knowledge in the world, can scale new heights of success if the youth of the country are healthy, happy, skilled, and equipped with technology, while remaining deep-rooted in their traditional knowledge, customs, practices, and values. We are indeed honored to invite Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji, the architect of New India, for his address with a thunderous round of applause.
Thank you. Thank you. Namaste. કેમ છો? मॉरिशस के प्रधानमंत्री आदरणीय प्रवीण जगन्नाथ जी, WHO के डायरेक्टर जनरल डॉक्टर टेड्रोस, गुजरात के ऊर्जावान मुख्यमंत्री श्री भूपेंद्र भाई पटेल, केंद्रीय मंत्रिमंडल के मेरे सहयोगी सर्बानंद सोनोवाल जी, मनसुख मांडविया जी, महेंद्र भाई मुजपरा जी, देश विदेश से आए सभी डिप्लोमेट्स, साइंटिस्ट, एंटरप्रेन्योर्स और एक्सपर्ट्स, देवियों और सज्जनों, ग्लोबल आयुष इन्वेस्टमेंट इनोवेशन समिट में मैं आप सभी का बहुत बहुत स्वागत करता हूं। हमने अक्सर देखा है कि अलग अलग सेक्टर्स में निवेश के लिए इन्वेस्टमेंट समिट होती रही है और गुजरात ने तो विशेष रूप से एक बहुत ही व्यापक रूप में इस परंपरा को आगे बढ़ाया है। लेकिन ये पहली बार हो रहा है जब आयुष सेक्टर के लिए इस तरह की इन्वेस्टमेंट समिट हो रही है। साथियों, ऐसी इन्वेस्टमेंट समिट का विचार मुझे उस समय आया था जब कोरोना की वजह से पूरी दुनिया में हड़कंप मचा हुआ था। हम सभी देख रहे थे कि उस दौरान किस तरह आयुर्वेदिक दवाइयां, आयुष काढ़ा और ऐसी अनेक प्रोडक्ट्स इम्यूनिटी बढ़ाने में लोगों की मदद कर रहे थे। और उसका परिणाम, जब ये कोरोना कालखंड था, तब भारत में से हल्दी का एक्सपोर्ट अनेक गुना बढ़ गया था। यानी ये इसका सबूत है। इसी दौर में हमने देखा कि जो मॉडर्न फार्मा कंपनियां हैं, वैक्सीन मैन्युफैक्चरर्स हैं, उन्हें उचित समय पर निवेश मिलने पर उन्होंने कितना बड़ा कमाल करके दिखाया। कौन कल्पना कर सकता था कि इतनी जल्दी हम कोरोना की वैक्सीन विकसित कर पाएंगे, मेड इन इंडिया। इनोवेशन और इन्वेस्टमेंट किसी भी क्षेत्र का सामर्थ्य कई गुना बढ़ा देता है। अब समय आ गया है कि आयुष क्षेत्र में भी इन्वेस्टमेंट को ज्यादा से ज्यादा बढ़ाए जाए। आज का ये अवसर, ये समिट, इसकी एक शानदार शुरुआत है। साथियों, आयुष के क्षेत्र में इन्वेस्टमेंट और इनोवेशन की संभावनाएं असीमित है। आयुष दवाओं, सप्लीमेंट्स और कॉस्मेटिक्स के उत्पादन में हम पहले ही अभूतपूर्व तेजी देख रहे हैं। आपको जानकर के आनंद होगा, 2014 से पहले जहां आयुष सेक्टर में $3 बिलियन से भी कम का काम था, 14 से पहले $3 बिलियन से भी कम, आज ये बढ़कर $18 बिलियन को भी पार कर गया है। जिस प्रकार पूरी दुनिया में आयुष प्रोडक्ट्स की मांग बढ़ रही है, उससे ये ग्रोथ आने वाले वर्षों में और ज्यादा बढ़ेगी। नेशनल सप्लीमेंट्स हो, मेडिसिन्स का सप्लाई चेन मैनेजमेंट हो, आयुष आधारित डायग्नोस्टिक टूल्स हो या फिर टेलीमेडिसिन, हर तरफ इन्वेस्टमेंट और इनोवेशन की नई संभावनाएं हैं। साथियों, आयुष मंत्रालय ने ट्रेडिशनल मेडिसिन क्षेत्र में स्टार्टअप कल्चर को प्रोत्साहन देने के लिए कई बड़े कदम उठाए हैं। कुछ दिन पहले ही ऑल इंडिया इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ आयुर्वेद के द्वारा विकसित की गई एक इंक्यूबेशन सेंटर का उद्घाटन किया गया है, जो स्टार्टअप चैलेंज आयोजित किया गया है। उसमें भी जिस प्रकार का उत्साह युवाओं में देखने को मिला है, वो बहुत ही एनकरेजिंग है। और आप सब मेरे नौजवान साथी तो ज्यादा जानते हैं कि एक प्रकार से भारत का स्टार्टअप का एक स्वर्णिम युग शुरू हो चुका है। एक प्रकार से भारत में आज यूनिकॉर्न्स का दौर है। साल 2022 में ही, यानी 2022 को अभी 4 महीने पूरे नहीं हुए हैं, साल 2022 में ही अब तक भारत के 14 स्टार्टअप्स यूनिकॉर्न क्लब में जुड़ चुके हैं। मुझे पूरा विश्वास है कि बहुत ही जल्द आयुष के हमारे स्टार्टअप से भी यूनिकॉर्न उभर कर सामने आएगा। साथियों, भारत में हर्बल प्लांट्स का खजाना है और हिमालय तो इसी के लिए जाना चाहता है। एक तरह से ये हमारा ग्रीन गोल्ड है। हमारे यहां कहा भी जाता है, अमंत्रम अक्षरम नास्ति, नास्ति मूलम अनौषधम। यानी कोई अक्षर ऐसा नहीं है जिससे कोई मंत्र न शुरू होता हो, कोई ऐसी जड़ नहीं है, जड़ी बूटी नहीं है जिससे कोई औषधि न बनती हो। इसी प्राकृतिक संपदा को मानवता के हित में उपयोग करने के लिए हमारी सरकार हर्बल और मेडिसिनल प्लांट्स के उत्पादन को निरंतर प्रोत्साहित कर रही है। साथियों, हर्ब्स और मेडिसिनल प्लांट का उत्पादन किसानों की आय और आजीविका बढ़ाने का अच्छा साधन हो सकता है। इसमें एम्प्लॉयमेंट जनरेशन का भी बहुत स्कोप है। लेकिन हमने ये देखा है कि ऐसे प्लांट्स और प्रोडक्ट्स का मार्केट बहुत लिमिटेड होता है, स्पेशलाइज होता है। बहुत जरूरी है कि मेडिसिनल प्लांट्स की पैदावार से जुड़े किसानों को आसानी से मार्केट से जुड़ने की सहूलियत मिले। इसके लिए सरकार आयुष ई मार्केट प्लेस के आधुनिकीकरण और उसके विस्तार पर भी बहुत तेजी से काम कर रही है। इस पोर्टल के जरिए हर्ब्स और मेडिसिनल प्लांट की पैदावार से जुड़े किसानों को उन कंपनियों से जोड़ा जाएगा जो आयुष प्रोडक्ट्स बनाती हैं। साथियों, आयुष प्रोडक्ट्स के निर्यात को प्रमोट करने के लिए भी बीते सालों में अभूतपूर्व प्रयास हुए हैं। दूसरे देशों के साथ आयुष औषधियों की परस्पर मान्यता पर बल दिया गया है। इसके लिए हमने बीते सालों में अलग अलग देशों के साथ 50 से अधिक एमओयू किए हैं। हमारे आयुष एक्सपर्ट्स ब्यूरो ऑफ इंडियन स्टैंडर्ड्स के साथ मिलकर आईएसओ स्टैंडर्ड्स विकसित कर रहे हैं। इससे आयुष के लिए 150 देशों से भी अधिक देशों में एक विशाल एक्सपोर्ट मार्केट खुलेगा। इसी तरह एफएसएसआई ने भी पिछले ही हफ्ते अपने रेगुलेशंस में आयुष आहार नाम की एक नई कैटेगरी घोषित की है। इससे हर्बल न्यूट्रिशनल सप्लीमेंट्स के उत्पादों को बहुत सुविधा मिलेगी। मैं आपको एक और जानकारी देना चाहता हूं। भारत एक स्पेशल आयुष मार्ग भी बनाने जा रहा है, जिसकी एक ग्लोबल पहचान बनेगी। भारत में बने उच्चतम गुणवत्ता के आयुष प्रोडक्ट्स पर यह मार्क लगाया जाएगा। ये आयुष मार्क आधुनिक टेक्नोलॉजी के प्रावधानों से युक्त होगा। इससे विश्व भर के लोगों को क्वालिटी आयुष प्रोडक्ट्स का भरोसा मिलेगा। हाल में बने आयुष एक्सपोर्ट प्रमोशन काउंसिल से भी निर्यात को प्रोत्साहन मिलेगा और विदेशी बाजार खोजने में मदद मिलेगी। साथियों, आज एक और घोषणा मैं आपके बीच कर रहा हूं। देश भर में आयुर प्रोडक्ट्स के प्रचार प्रसार के लिए, रिसर्च और मैन्युफैक्चरिंग को बढ़ावा देने के लिए हमारी सरकार आयुष पार्क का नेटवर्क विकसित करेगी। ये आयुष पार्क देश में आयुष मैन्युफैक्चरिंग को नई दिशा देगा। साथियों, हम देख रहे हैं कि मेडिकल टूरिज्म, आज भारत मेडिकल टूरिज्म के लिए दुनिया के कई देशों के लिए एक बहुत ही आकर्षक डेस्टिनेशन बना है। उस बात को ध्यान में रखते हुए मेडिकल टूरिज्म के इस सेक्टर में जहां इन्वेस्टमेंट की बहुत संभावनाएं है, हमने देखा है कि किस तरह केरल के टूरिज्म को बढ़ाने में ट्रेडिशनल मेडिसिन ने मदद की। ये सामर्थ्य पूरे भारत में है, भारत के हर कोने में है। हील इन इंडिया इस दशक का बहुत बड़ा ब्रांड बन सकता है। आयुर्वेद, यूनानी, सिद्धा आदि विद्याओं पर आधारित वेलनेस सेंटर्स बहुत प्रचलित हो सकते हैं। देश में तेजी से विकसित हो रहा आधुनिक कनेक्टिविटी इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर इसको और अधिक मदद करेगा। जो विदेशी नागरिक, जैसा मैंने कहा कि आज हेल्थ टूरिज्म के लिए भारत एक आकर्षक डेस्टिनेशन बन रहा है, तो जो विदेशी नागरिक भारत में आकर आयुष चिकित्सा का लाभ लेना चाहते हैं, उनके लिए सरकार एक और पहल कर रही है। शीघ्र ही भारत एक विशेष आयुष वीजा कैटेगरी शुरू करने जा रही है। इससे लोगों को आयुष चिकित्सा के लिए भारत आने जाने में सहूलियत होगी। साथियों, जब हम आयुर्वेद की बात कर रहे हैं तो मैं आज आपको एक बड़ी अहम जानकारी देना चाहता हूं। मैं अपने एक मित्र और केनिया के पूर्व राष्ट्रपति राइला ओडिंगो जी के और उनकी बेटी रोज मैरी का भी जिक्र करना चाहता हूं। रोजमेरी, आर यू हियर? यस, शी इज देयर। रोजमेरी, वेलकम टू गुजरात। रोजमेरी की घटना बड़ी रोचक है, मैं जरूर आपको कहना चाहूंगा। कुछ दिन पहले उनके पिताजी मेरे बहुत अच्छे मित्र हैं। वो मुझे ओडिंगा जी दिल्ली मिलने आए थे। रविवार का दिन था और हम भी काफी देर बैठने का तय करके, क्योंकि कई लंबे अरसे के बाद हम दोनों मिले थे। तो उन्होंने मुझे रोजमेरी की जिंदगी में जो बड़ी मुसीबत आई, बड़ी अनेक प्रकार से वो बहुत भावुक हो गए थे और रोजमेरी की जिंदगी की मुसीबत का बड़ा जिक्र करते हुए उन्होंने मुझे कहा कि रोजमेरी की आंख में कुछ तकलीफ हुई थी और उसकी एक सर्जरी हुई थी। शायद उसको ट्यूमर का प्रॉब्लम था ब्रेन में और उसकी सर्जरी हुई थी। और उस सर्जरी में रोजमेरी ने अपनी आंखें खो दी, वो देख नहीं पाती थी। आप कल्पना कर सकते हो, जिंदगी के इस पड़ाव में आंखें चली जाए, इंसान हताश हो जाएगा, निराश हो जाएगा। और एक पिता के नाते मेरे मित्र ओडिंगा जी ने पूरी दुनिया को छान मारा। वो केनिया के बहुत बड़े वरिष्ठ नेता थे, उनके लिए विश्व में पहुंचना कोई कठिन काम नहीं था। विश्व का कोई बड़ा देश ऐसा नहीं होगा जहां रोजमेरी का उपचार न हुआ हो। लेकिन रोजमेरी की आंखों में रोशनी वापिस नहीं आई। आखिरकार उन्हें सफलता भारत में मिली और वो भी आयुर्वेद उपचार के बाद। आयुर्वेद का उपचार किया गया और रोजमेरी की रोशनी वापस आ गई। वो आज देख रही हैं, जब उसने पहली बार अपने बच्चों को फिर से देखा तो मुझे ओडिंगा जी बता रहे थे, वो पल उसकी जिंदगी की स्वर्णिम पल थी। मुझे खुशी है कि रोजमेरी भी आज इस समिट में हिस्सा ले रही है। उनकी बहन भी आई है, उसकी बहन तो ट्रेडिशनल मेडिसिन में ही अब तो पढ़ा रही है और कल शायद वो अपने एक्सपीरियंस भी आपके साथ शेयर करने वाली है। साथियों, 21वीं सदी का भारत दुनिया को अपने अनुभवों अपने ज्ञान, अपनी जानकारी साझा करते हुए आगे बढ़ना चाहता है। हमारी विरासत पूरी मानवता के लिए विरासत की तरह है। हम वसुधैव कुटुंबकम वाले लोग हैं। हम दुनिया का दर्द कम करने के लिए कृत संकल्प लोग हैं। सर्वे संतो निरामया, यही तो हमारा जीवन मंत्र है। हमारा आयुर्वेद हजारों वर्षों की परंपरा, हजारों वर्षों की तपस्या का प्रतीक है। और हम तो रामायण से जो सुनते आए हैं, लक्ष्मण जी बेहोश हो गए तो हनुमान जी हिमालय लौट आए और वहां से जड़ी बूटी लेके गए। आत्मनिर्भर भारत तब भी था। आयुर्वेद की समृद्धि के पीछे एक मुख्य कारण उसका ओपन सोर्स मॉडल रहा है। आज डिजिटल वर्ल्ड में ओपन सोर्स की बड़ी चर्चा होती है और कुछ लोग ये मानते हैं ये इन्हीं की खोज है। उन्हें मालूम नहीं है इस मिट्टी में हजारों साल से इस ओपन सोर्स की परंपरा रही है और आयुर्वेद पूरी तरह उस ओपन सोर्स परंपरा से ही विकसित हुआ है। जिस युग में जिसको लगा, जिसने पाया, जोड़ता गया। यानी एक प्रकार से आयुर्वेद विकास की मूवमेंट हजारों साल से चल रही है। नई नई चीजें जुड़ती गई हैं, बंधन नहीं है। नए विचारों को उसमें स्वागत होता है। समय के साथ अलग अलग विद्वानों के अनुभव, उनके अध्ययन ने आयुर्वेद को और मजबूत किया। आज के समय में भी हमें अपने पूर्वजों से सीख लेते हुए इसी इंटेलेक्चुअल ओपननेस की भावना से काम करना होगा। ट्रेडिशनल मेडिसिन से जुड़े ज्ञान का विकास और विस्तार तभी संभव है जब उनको साइंटिफिक स्पिरिट में देखेंगे, उन्हें देश काल परिस्थिति के अनुसार ढालेंगे। साथियों, कल ही जामनगर में WHO ग्लोबल सेंटर फॉर ट्रेडिशनल मेडिसिन का उद्घाटन हुआ है। यानी गुजरात की धरती पर जामनगर में विश्व का ट्रेडिशनल मेडिसिन का केंद्र बनना, ये हर हिंदुस्तानी के लिए, हर गुजराती के लिए गर्व का विषय है। और आज हम पहली आयुष इनोवेशन और इन्वेस्टमेंट समिट में हिस्सा ले रहे हैं। ये एक शुभ शुरुआत है। ये एक ऐसा समय है जब भारत अपनी आजादी के 75 वर्ष का पर्व, आजादी का अमृत महोत्सव मना रहा है। मुझे पूरा भरोसा है कि अगले 25 साल का हमारा अमृतकाल दुनिया के कोने कोने में ट्रेडिशनल मेडिसिन का स्वर्णिम काल होगा। आज एक तरह से विश्व भर में ट्रेडिशनल मेडिसिन के नए युग का आरंभ हुआ है। मुझे विश्वास है आज की ग्लोबल आयुष इन्वेस्टमेंट एंड इनोवेशन समिट आयुष के क्षेत्र में निवेश, व्यापार और इनोवेशन के नए रास्ते खोलेगी। आज जो विदेश के मेहमान आए हैं और जो पहली बार भारत के भी अन्य हिस्सों से लोग आए हैं, उनसे मैं जरूर आग्रह करूंगा, इस महात्मा मंदिर में एक दांडी कुटीर है। महात्मा गांधी परंपरागत चिकित्सा के प्रणेता रहे हैं। मैं चाहूंगा कि समय निकालकर आप जरूर दांडी कुट्टी की मुलाकात लीजिए। आजादी के इस अमृत काल में महात्मा गांधी को निकट से जानने का प्रयास कीजिए। एक अवसर आयुर्वेद के साथ साथ भी आप जाने मत दीजिए। आज मैं एक और खुशी की खबर देना चाहता हूं। WHO के हमारे डायरेक्टर जनरल टेड्रस मेरे बहुत अच्छे मित्र रहे हैं और जब भी मिलते थे एक बात अवश्य कहते थे कि देखिए मोदी जी, मैं जो कुछ भी हूं ना, मुझे बचपन से पढ़ाया था भारत के टीचर्स मेरे यहां थे, उन्होंने पढ़ाया था। मेरे जीवन के महत्वपूर्ण पड़ाव पर भारतीय टीचर्स का बहुत बड़ा रोल रहा है और मुझे बहुत बड़ा गर्व है भारत से जुड़ने में। आज जब सुबह मुझे मिले तो उन्होंने कहा, देखो भाई, मैं तो अब पक्का गुजराती हो गया हूं। तो उन्होंने मुझे कहा कि अब मेरा नाम गुजराती रख लो। अभी मंच पे मुझे याद करा रहे थे कि भाई मेरा नाम तय किया कि नहीं किया। तो मैं आज महात्मा गांधी की इस पवित्र भूमि पर मेरे इस परम मित्र को गुजराती के नाते तुलसी भाई तुलसी वो पौधा है जो वर्तमान पीढ़ी तो भूल रही है, लेकिन पीढ़ी दर पीढ़ी भारत के अंदर हर घर के सामने वो पौधा लगाना, उसकी पूजा करनी, उसकी परंपरा रही है। तुलसी वो पौधा है जो भारत की आध्यात्मिक विरासत का एक अहम हिस्सा है और इसलिए जब आयुर्वेद का समिट हो रहा है और आपको जानकर के खुशी होगी कि दिवाली के बाद हमारे देश में उस तुलसी की शादी का बड़ा समारोह होता है। यानी आयुर्वेद से जुड़ी हुई है तुलसी। और जब गुजराती है तो बिना भाई के बात नहीं चलती है। और इसलिए आपका जो गुजरात के प्रति लगाव बना है, हर बार कुछ न कुछ गुजराती बोलने का आपका प्रयास रहा है, आपको जिन गुरुजनों ने शिक्षा दी है उनके प्रति आप लगातार श्रद्धा भाव व्यक्त करते रहे हैं। इस महात्मा मंदिर की पवित्र धरती से मुझे आपको तुलसी भाई कह करके पुकारने में विशेष आनंद हो रहा है। मैं फिर एक बार आप दोनों महानुभाव इस महत्वपूर्ण समारोह में हमारे बीच आए, मैं आपका बहुत बहुत आभार व्यक्त करता हूं। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
नया पर्व है, नई है ऊर्जा, नए संकल्प हैं, नए है प्राण। जो कहते हैं वो करने का मादा रखते हैं। ऐसे साहस, संकल्प और समर्पण के पर्याय माननीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र भाई मोदी जी का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद करते हैं। He is all determined, dedicated and committed to make India a Vishwa Guru, the global teacher. And on that very positive note, we express our gratitude to Honorable Prime Minister of Republic of Mauritius, Shri Pravind Kumar Jagannath ji, Director General WHO Dr. Tedros Ghebreyesus, Honorable Chief Minister of Gujarat Shri Bhupendra Bhai Patel, and all other dignitaries on the dais, distinguished guests, delegates, and members of the media and print for making this session memorable with their presence. With that, we conclude this inaugural session. Do take good care of yourself. And this is your compere, Hina Saxena, signing off. Namaskar.
अभी आप ये सीधी तस्वीरें देख रहे हैं।
અને ગુજરાતની યુટ્યુબ ચેનલને સબસ્ક્રાઇબ કરી ક્લિક કરો બેલ આઇકન અને મેળવો વિશ્વભરના ન્યૂઝ અપડેટ।